Turtle, and we are going live from the hotel room. And so I've started the poll, and what I want to do is I want to welcome you to one of two lives where I'm going to be going live from my hotel room as I travel and go on vacation. What we're going to talk about today is side hustles that you could stack your income on YouTube, and by doing that, you can double your income. So not only are you getting views from YouTube and all the things that I mentioned last week of ways that you can monetize your channel before you ever get monetized on YouTube. So one, monetize your channel even before you get monetized. And on top of that, two, we're going to talk about today's ways of filming other side hustles, and so getting paid double, getting paid from your side hustle and getting paid from YouTube by filming your side hustle. And so I'm reminded about people that use DoorDash and Uber, and they make a lot of money on both DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, all these different things, and by filming what their customers do or some of the issues that they have with the orders. And and Jarrett's here. Hi, Jarrett. Good morning. And he says Spark is another one, which is the Walmart delivery app. And so people do a lot of different things to video their side hustle. So let's get into this. Please like and subscribe. You can double tap on the screen if you like. And so you don't need millions of views. You just need the right niche and the right side hustle. And here it does. You could interview people on YouTube, and that could be your side hustle. So let's talk about the first one that I mentioned, which was ride sharing. And so, you talk about people that are sitting in their car waiting to pick someone up, and they're videoing themselves just sitting in their car waiting on the next fare, right? So they are making money on YouTube. They could be going live on YouTube from their car while they're waiting to pick up the next fare. You could do dash cam affiliate links. So having the dash cam and different mileage apps, you could, what's the camera? GoPro, right? People use a GoPro and they put it on their dashboard, and they could have an affiliate link for GoPro. Now that's mixing affiliate links with a side hustle and YouTube. Do you see how you're stacking the income? That's what we're talking about here. Stack as many levels of income as you can. So, so we have the poll going, and I also have a pinned comment. So I'm live, but I don't see anybody in there. That's okay. We're going to keep going. So another bonus is Rideshare. So you could do tips and tricks videos on how to increase your rideshare and how to increase the ways that you get rides or the ways that you can stack orders if you were doing a delivery app. And speaking of delivery apps, we're going to move on to the step number 2, which is doing DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, any of those delivery apps. And so you could show the best driving routes in your town. You could talk about how traffic is bad. I see a lot of people doing that. They talk about how to get through traffic or how to get the best orders. Let's say that they are not picking up orders that are less than $2. And they say, okay, I'm going to spend the day trying to only pick up orders over $2. And that would help them to make more money on each of their deliveries. Now, it may pay off, it may not pay off, but they are talking about what they're doing and helping other. Oh, good morning, All-Star Izzy. I'm just starting my live, and I'm already on tip number 2, which is ways to stack your income. And it's delivery through DoorDash, Instacart. If you're filming that, you could make up to $100 a day. Plus, you're also getting YouTube income from people watching your YouTube videos. So you're double stacking your income. And this is very popular amongst people that go live daily or they create vlogs every day. They may use these delivery apps, film them, and then go home at night and then edit the videos and post the video the next day while they're out doing the next day's deliveries. So that's one way of stacking your app. So since you're already talking to yourself while you're doing DoorDash, you may as well be talking to the camera, because we all know that when we're in our cars, we talk to ourselves and we talk to other drivers. And so I do that. I'm on vacation driving to Omaha, and I'm out on the road every day talking to other drivers. I should be filming that and then just putting my trip to Omaha on the YouTube. That would be a way of me stacking my vacation and then making money on YouTube while stacking my vacation. So please like and subscribe to this channel if this content is of value. Keep in mind that this channel, because we talk about personal finance, and personal finance is personal, that this is a no judgment zone. However you do your life and your finances, 100% up to you. Hopefully you're stacking your income so that you're making money from doing things that you already do. My friend Life with T, she does exercise videos. So she loves to exercise, and as she's recording her exercising, she is getting YouTube views as well. So record yourself just doing what you normally do. So the tip number 3 is going to be reselling and flipping items. I have friends who retired early, and their channel is called Fire We Go. And they were Canadians who are now traveling the world after retiring early. But one of the side hustles that one of them did was flipping furniture. She, the wife of the couple, she would buy furniture, she would repaint it, and then she would resell it. Now, all of this stuff they were recording on YouTube, and they were also recording their debt payoff journey and their investment journey. So they were recording different parts of their lives on their way to financial freedom. And now they are recording their travels around the world and how to save points on cards to travel for almost free. So you can stack almost anything on your YouTube income. So one of the things that we talked about last week was being transparent and being authentic. When you are transparent and authentic to yourself, your viewers will know it. They are not going to buy someone just being fake and saying, well, I'm this and I'm that. No. If you can cook, cook. If you can exercise, exercise. Me, I don't do exercise and yoga on these videos because I'm not very good at it, right? I talk about money, I talk about finances, I talk about retiring early, and things that early retired people can do to hold on to their money in retirement. Those are the things where my expertise is, and those are the things that I mostly share on YouTube. What I'm doing this week is I'm sharing ways to increase your income to get you to early retirement faster, because I want everyone to retire as early as possible, but that again is a personal choice. Some people are happy with their jobs and would work there until they're 70. Other people want to have multiple streams of income that allow them to work and make work optional. So the other thing that you could do along with this of flipping and reselling are things like Poshmark. A lot of women sell their clothes on Poshmark. I watch some YouTubers that flip clothes by going to thrift stores. And they go through the thrift stores, and on their phone, they look up how much the value of a certain item is. They will buy that item at the thrift store, go home, advertise it on eBay or Poshmark, Mercari, and then they will resell that item from the thrift store. And that's all they do, is they go to flea markets and they go to thrift stores. They love doing that. Now, granted, you have to have an inventory, so you have to have some place to store these items, and you have to do the packaging and shipping. However, it can be very lucrative once you learn how to buy high value items at a very low cost. So that's the key there. However, that one is time intensive and labor intensive, and you need a lot of space to store items. So if you're already hustling, you might as well film it and get paid twice. I forgot to mention Facebook Marketplace. I forgot to mention that because I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be. However, a lot of people flip items on Facebook Marketplace. I know of one person that flips a ton of things on Facebook Marketplace, and that's pretty much his side hustle in retirement, is flipping items on Facebook Marketplace. Lastly, Amazon return pallets. If you've never seen those pallets that you can buy from Amazon, you buy them sight unseen, you don't know what's inside them, but they're very inexpensive, as Amazon just takes returns and they don't even ask questions. Whether or not the item worked or not, you just return the item. People buy pallets. If they live near one of those Amazon fulfillment centers, then they could buy a pallet and then go home and see what surprises are in the pallet and then flip those items. Again, you're going to need space to store them, the same as flipping clothes with Mercari and Poshmark. So we're going to move on to tip number 4, because I'm traveling, so this could be a very short live, so we don't know. So tip number 4 of something that you can record and double your income by recording what you do on YouTube is gig work. Let's say that you're on TaskRabbit or Rover, right, where you're walking dogs. You could walk dogs, and Life with Sabrina, she does this. She walks dogs and she records it. So she's getting herself out of debt on YouTube, but also she's recording what she's doing and making double the income plus YouTube income. So that's what we're talking about here. Speed up your debt payoff. Speed up your investing for your future. And speed up creating multiple streams of income. So you can niche down and show odd jobs that people don't do. You know, I watch channels where people show how they go out and repair faucets or repair things in homes. And that's not something I do. I have property managers, and they call all of the tradespeople if one of my rentals needs to be repaired. But I watch and repair plumbing and repair different things around houses because it helps me to know how much does this cost, and if I had to do it myself, could I do it? And some things I've learned to do in rental properties early on when I was self-managing my rental. I learned electrical. I learned a little bit of plumbing. I still don't know drywall, but a lot more things than I knew when I first started and had no skills whatsoever. And so you can do those. There are handyman challenge videos. If you want to watch people learning to do repairs of anything around the house, windows, roofs, all of these things, people are filming what they do for a living. And they're getting paid on YouTube, and they're getting paid from their customers in their real-time job. Now, I'm not suggesting that if you work in an office, that you take the camera to your office, because that could get you in a lot of trouble at work. However, some YouTube people do that. It's not something that I could do when I was working, because I worked in the federal government and I worked for federal courts where privacy was of maximum importance. So there's no way that someone could take a camera and put it at their desk in an office in a federal court. That's just not possible. But if you had the kind of job, for example, a lot of people work from home, and so they record themselves working from home. Maybe they're a loan officer, or maybe they do foreclosures. And so they stack what they do at work with YouTube and make a lot of money. So you could record yourself at a foreclosure auction. People do that, and they make a lot of money just talking about foreclosures and teaching people how to buy foreclosure properties. So that's what I mean about gig work and things like TaskRabbit, Rover, Handy. All of these things that you do, you could stack on top of YouTube. So let's talk about tip number 5. And I'm running kind of fast only because I'm on vacation and I got the hotel to let me have a late checkout so that I don't have to rush through my live. But after the live is over, I do have to pack up, get on the road, and head to the next hotel. So number 5 that I'm going to talk about, and then I have a bonus one, because I know that I only said that there were going to be 5 side hustle ideas that you could record and double stack your income on YouTube. So, and please answer the poll. I'll stop the poll in a little bit, but what we're talking about here, number 5, is freelancing and remote work, right? So think of things like Fiverr, right? You could build websites for people. You could be an expert in ChatGPT and AI. You could record what you're doing. Think about people who are gamers, right? They record themselves flying an aircraft, and we all watch, and they're having fun, and they may have an affiliate link with the aircraft game company, but they're also recording it and getting paid from YouTube. So the key this week is get paid from YouTube and get paid from a different side hustle. If you work remotely, we talked about people that work at home. If you work remotely, that's an excellent opportunity for you to record what you do, keeping privacy for your clients, but recording what you do and getting paid on YouTube. We all love watching other people's lives. And we all love learning new things that different people do. And I've mentioned this before, there are people who raise fish in aquariums. And now they could sell the fish that they raise in the aquariums, and while they're teaching us on YouTube how to care for fish in an aquarium. That's a perfect example of a side hustle. And so there are many. There are thousands and thousands of side hustles. So I'm going to stop the poll, and I am only 18 minutes into my live. And so I'm going to stop the poll because it takes a few minutes for me to see the poll. And but I want to talk about a bonus idea that came up this week. Now, last Saturday, I was interviewed on the Source channel. So if you didn't get to watch my interview, go back and watch. I've got that as my last live. But one of the things that he suggested was that because I love fishing and because I'm going to be at my lake place a lot, he said, you should just record yourself fishing. And he has a guy on his channel that I've come to really enjoy. And his channel name is Fishy Things. So let me pause the poll here, or stop the poll as soon as I figure out how. And poll, so that I get to eventually see what the poll results are. You'll see them before I see them. So let's talk about this of stacking fun and things that you do that YouTube could pay you for. And by that, I mean fishing. And when he mentioned fishing, I was watching this guy, his channel is called Fishy Things. And he was out catfishing at night. And I love catfishing at night. And so I was watching him live catfish. And he was using Nightbot, which I have in my live. But he was using Nightbot to interact with his guests. And he had some fancy Nightbot items that you would type in different things and it would just automatically come up with these really funny phrases based on what you typed in. And so he has Nightbot working to communicate with his watchers while he's fishing. And he's also talking to you while he's fishing. Well, one of the things that he does is he also has lives where he talks to other fishermen. And so he was talking to another fisherman, which gave me a whole new channel to watch. And this person's channel is Any Fin Is Possible, 1977. And so I will have both of their links to their channels in the description of this live. But what I want to talk about is the source recommended to me that I take you all fishing. He said, Daryl, if you're at the lake, just start a live and have people live while you're fishing. He said, it does not have to be all about finance all the time. And so that opened up another avenue for me to engage with people. He said there are thousands of fishermen out there, so you could have people that come to your channel for the personal finance content, and you could have people that come to your channel for the fishing. If you're going to be at the lake and out fishing, you may as well film it and get paid on YouTube. And so Monique Powell, who's here, Monique, I'm going to call you later today, just so you know. She said she really enjoys watching fishing channels. I tell you, I find them so relaxing. There is another one, Lakeside Laura. I'm taking a side trip here. Everybody sit down, Daryl goes to the side. And I love to fish. I love to fish. I used to have to fish for food, but now I just love to fish. But Lakeside Laura, I got her channel from the source. And what she does is she has sounds that she makes with the bowls, and it's so super soothing. I use them as part of my meditation when I'm doing quiet meditation. And her channel, just like fishing, is very soothing. And so I will put Lakeside Laura's channel in the description of this video as well, because I really want to promote her channel and the meditative sounds that she gives, because it's about peace and serenity. Retirement is about having a peaceful, enjoyable life. Now, yes, you can record the things that you do if you need to make extra money. Let's take me, for example. Right now, I have no classes. I'm not teaching at all. But if I wanted to talk about teaching, and I've thought about it, I've thought about talking about how to help other people who want to teach in colleges get jobs. I was very successful in getting a lot of jobs at a lot of different colleges over the years. And I have classes coming up in September, but not in August. So this is the first time that I've had a whole month off in about 10 years. And so I don't know how to act. I'm having so much fun not working that I don't know how to act. And thank you, Shadow Scout Swede, for stopping in. And he has a fabulous channel. I'll be on his live tomorrow. And so what I'm trying to share is, for example, you know, he shows different items that he has on survival. And because he is doing that, he is taking one of his passions, putting it on YouTube and making money. Now, he could do affiliate links. I don't know if he does, but he could do affiliate links for some of the items that he has on his channel, which would be, again, stacking income on top of recording what you're doing on YouTube. And so I may just be recording fishing. I won't be next week. Next Friday, I'll be in a hotel room because I'll be heading home or getting close to heading home. But next Friday, I'll be in another hotel room recording my live. So this is what's going to happen in my retirement as I travel in my retirement, because my retirement is not only about teaching, it's not only about personal finance, it's about having fun and enjoying life. So right now, I'm on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. I will stop through Kansas. I have cousins in Kansas. And so I will stop through Kansas, visit with my cousins. Then I will go on to Omaha, Nebraska. And then I will turn around, and while I'm heading home, I have a friend in Joplin, Missouri. I will stop and see my friend in Joplin, Missouri. And that's what I do. I have fun in retirement. Now, this is all about time freedom, and I talked about this last week on my interview with The Source, that retirement is about time freedom, and I have that time freedom. Do I have all the money in the world? No. Am I on a budget? Yes. However, I have enough. I have enough to do the things that make me happy in life. And so I've talked about this bonus idea of fishing and recording fishing while you are recording, while you're doing YouTube, while you're fishing. You could do lives, or you could do pre-recorded videos and come back and edit them. Maybe you only show the parts where you're catching a fish. So you might have a bunch of clips where you're catching fish. Let's go over we're just going to do a quick recap here because I've got to get out of this hotel room. So this is a shorter than normal live. But also, millions are watching other people hustle. They'll watch you hustle too. Keep that in mind. Oh, hi, Coach Mean Reen. Glad to see you. So, Coach Mean Reen, I talked about her last week as having merch, which is another way to stack your YouTube income. Anything you do, and I learned this from Mrs. Paula Does Retirement, right? Anything you do is content on YouTube. I don't care if you're driving down the road, I don't care what you're doing, right? And Coach Mean Reen does exercising, she has merch, she is stacking her YouTube income. So she is a good example of what I'm talking about. So what we're going to look at, the 5 things that I've talked about today, not mentioning my 6th thing, which was, oh, hi Regina. Regina is here from Simply Fundamental. And so I've talked about Uber, I've talked about DoorDash, I've talked about freelancing, I've talked about flipping clothes and furniture. And I've talked about different gig apps that you can use. All of these things you could do, make money from those things, record you're making money from those things, and then get paid by YouTube on top of those things. And so that's what I mean about doing multiple things to speed your way to early retirement. You know, and my goal is that everybody retire early. I know everybody doesn't want to, but I want everyone to retire early. I retired early. Regina can retire early. I want everyone to retire early. And so I stopped the poll, which had 66% of the people said no, that they're not doing a side hustle and recording it. Well, I'm going to urge those 66% of people to find something like dog walking. And I talked about Life with Sabrina, where she walks dogs in New York. She records that and she records her budget. And all of that is stacking on top of her YouTube income so that she can pay off her debt. And when you pay off debt, you get to investing faster. So some of us pay off debt and then invest. Some of us pay off debt, save a little bit of money, and invest on the side. And when I say that, I mean always, at a minimum, put into your employer's 401k up to the match. Now, after that, you could stop and start putting all your money towards paying off your debt so that you can come back and invest that money once the debt's paid off. But you don't want to be paying interest over here and trying to invest over here. You're sort of wiping out the benefit. So, oh, that's right. Make sure that you type FIRE in the chat, and then it will drop your channel so that other people can come to your channel. Because I do want to be a connector where I'm sharing other people's channels. This isn't about gatekeeping on my channel. It's about a safe space where everyone is respected and everyone can be as private and personal about their finances as they want to be. So if you're already doing work, just film it, whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm gonna go back to Coach B. Green because something just popped into my head. She does a live at work at her lunch hour while she's eating lunch, right? That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about here. Use your imagination to find ways to record whatever it is you're doing and get paid from YouTube to do just that. Now, she may be eating lunch, but she's also talking to us about different topics like how to stay healthy, how to have a good diet, how to be motivated to stay on track with your health, because health is wealth, and we all know that. We don't want to get to early retirement and have poor health. What good is that going to do us? We also don't want to work until we're 70 and not be able to go out and enjoy life and all the money that we've saved and invested and not be able to use it because we don't have the energy that we had when we were in our 50s, when we were in our 60s. All of these things are reasons that we want to work as much as we can now, make as much money as we can, and retire early. So that's what my channel is all about. Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle is about saving, it's about paying off debt, it's about investing, and it's about retiring early and retiring comfortably, whatever that means to you. If that's $1 million, it's $1 million. If it's 10 million, it's 10 million. We all have to do our personal finance for ourselves because we can't compare ourselves to other people. They may have a lot more money, they may have a better paying job. I barely made 6 figures during my working career, and I only made it once, and it didn't last very long. And then I was back below 6 figures. That's not the point. The point is I learned to keep as much of my money as I possibly could. And I also learned to stack my income. Now, one of the things that I do, as you know, is that I teach in colleges. And so because I'm not teaching right now, that means my income is going to be low at the beginning of September. But at the end of September, when I start teaching again in the middle of September, it takes a couple weeks for the checks to start coming in, then I will start having money come in each and every week. And when that money comes in each and every week, it goes to pay off any debt that I have. When all my debt is paid off, it goes to invest money each and every week. And that's what I'm trying to say. Do the best you can do and don't compare that to what other people can do. So I'm gonna look in the chat and see what we have. We've got Regina, we've got Monique Powell. Let's see, we have Coach Mean Reen was here. And so Regina is saying, keep as much of your money as possible. And I'm gonna try and go over here and read it. It says, work for it once, then let the money work for you. I love that. See, and that's why I watch Regina's channel. she did it correctly. You know, Regina put away enough money that her money makes money. And that's what I'm trying to do. I want my rental properties to buy me more rental properties, which in turn increases my cash flow. Am I there yet? No. Am I going to get there? Yes, because rental properties are a long-term gain. A long-term gain, long-term gain. You're playing the long game. You're not going to get rich in rental properties in 1 year. You're not going to get rich in 2 years, right? Regina knows it takes some years, and it also takes the right strategies. And so what I've done is I've used some rental properties to buy others. And then I'm going to refinance some rental properties. And normally I would not take any money out, but this next time I'm going to pull some money out to pay down some debts. So these are all ways that you can build wealth. And that's what this channel is about. Saving money, paying off debt, retiring early, and building wealth. And so I'm going to have to shut this live down because I've talked about all the stuff that I'm going to talk about this week. And I need to pack up this hotel room and get on the road to my next hotel on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. So remember, the grind is real, but when you film it, it becomes scalable. And that's what we want, passive, scalable income. So I will talk to you all later, and remember, never let your past determine your future. Bye, everybody. Talk to you all next week.